All right, thank you. I'm really sorry about that. Lost internet connection. And new internet connection might be a bit choppy. Man. So, but for the recording, let's figure out where we're at with this game. Okay, yeah, Chloe. Let's play some music. All right. So, it's a build-up. Build-up's happening. Chloe still does not have her comm tower. If she does not capture it by day 30, she loses. All other things being equal. The funding, she's a little bit ahead. So at the end of this turn, she'll be 1,000 ahead. And a Wealthy Tuner's next turn, he'll be 2,000. No, sorry, 8,000 ahead. So there's a difference of 2,000 there. Not a lot. Chloe has an artillery though. So maybe she can make good use of that. It looks like she's attacking on her weak side, which is interesting. I guess it's fair to say that it's not too bad for a weak side because her tanks and her infantry can swing over here to start attacking it. I mean, that's probably part of the problem with this map is so stally. You can kind of attack and defend wherever you like, so it's really up to player initiative to get things moving. So we know things will pop off eventually, but at the moment, there we go. There we go, improving that. At the moment, it's just stalling. Let's be real. It's stalling. Wealthy Tuna is up on time, though. I've heard people talk about Wealthy Tuna and that this is kind of his typical situation. So maybe it's a kind of new style versus old style kind of thing. And well, I don't know. We'll say it's like Wealthy Tuna style over Chloe Box style. Chloe Box is often very aggressive on her weak side, and it's still the case here. But I think in this case, it might be okay. But anyway, yeah, Wealthy Tuna is known for grabbing an extra property and just hanging on for dear life and being really more of a stally player. Rockets. Wealthy Tuna is fully embracing his stall. you can buy rockets this early and feel okay with it, I think that's probably a map design problem, if I'm being honest. It's a rocket to counter the one artillery, or... I mean, he has so many infantry, though, early on from this map. I mean, look at these walls. They're too deep. Basically, you have a wall of infantry, 2 infantry deep, and a mech to defend against 6 vehicles. I mean... yeah. I mean, Chloe has to eventually do something. So, there we go. We got the first attack of the game. Mech strikes are always pretty efficient, but I think this is how we know things will pop off. To credit to Chloe, though, she has a massive amount of infantry here. I mean, this is kind of her weak side, so it'll take a little while to reinforce, but that and the artillery and the cost of the rocket. So I think this is gonna definitely result in some action on turn 12. Well, the team maybe isn't an ult, because I feel like an ult would not go for rockets this early. Instinctually, it just feels wrong. What do you guys feel about the rocket buy? Do you think... I mean, I've already kind of told you my opinions, and... I don't know. I'm a so-called expert, but... this is a very weird map, let's be fair. There's so much infantry. And all he really has to do is he has to guard that city and not let Chloe capture it. Also, this rock can get to this forest in 1 turn. So, that just kind of doom this whole attack. Or the whole point of this attack, if he just defends this comm tower, and, you know, there's not a whole lot of contested cities to go after on this map. Okay, yeah, even more aggressive, so I think he's even more comfortable than that. So I guess he wants to fight this, you know? He's gonna fight this out. Good for him. But there is only 1 battlecopter here to defend. The battlecopter that's probably been hanging around down here for the entire game. So tactically, who wins here? See, infantry count. Looks like it's in favor of Chloe. She's got the more efficient units because of this rocket. It's costed 2 units. She took an engagement against the mech. So she's only slightly ahead in charge, meaning that, I mean, the early engagements have been cost efficient. for her. But is she ever going to get this tower back? That's the real issue. She has 18 days to try. Yeah. Thanks for telling me. There we go. Yes, Chloe has 2 copters, but only one is in range to actually defend against these 2 copters. That's what I meant. Seems like she does not want to engage into this. It makes sense, kind of, right? I mean, well, she doesn't have enough to break this wall. That's really just what it comes down to. She doesn't have enough to break the wall to get to the rocket, because this is good positioning, and she only has 1 battlecopter. She can't break this battlecopter in the corner. She can't break this tank on the sides. So tactically, this is a safe rocket at the moment. And he has a ton of infantry to protect it. So it's really just going to come down to an infantry battle, I think. Chloe has more. I think if she's patient, she can kind of grind this out, maybe. But she does not have the comm tower. And I'll be honest, I tend to underestimate the comm tower. And not having a comm tower versus Andy, you know, how many... I mean, if Andy keeps enough units alive, it could be worth it for him to just pop his Super CO power, even if Chloe follows with a Winter Fury. I mean, Winter Fury absolutely destroys infantry, though. They're so slow, and copters. So I don't know. I doubt that's going to happen. But it's always a threat. Both players just popping out battlecopters and infantry. I think they're just... I mean, that's the result of this game. There's so many infantry, they're just going to smash into each other. And this game might be the last one on, so I might get a lot more viewers, which is good for me, I guess. This anti-air is good, though. I mean, this is really important to actually breaking this wall. Wealthy Tuna has expertly used his battlecopters to seal off his flank. And again, now it's just a battle of infantry. Like, how are you going to get through this to the rocket? I think we were wrong. I think the rocket pays off. At least in the long term. I'll totally admit that I was wrong about that. And yeah, so he can save off his Chloe has this weak tank that she could have used to sacrifice against a healthy tank on the city, attack with a battlecopter and a tank right here, and potentially break the wall. But this is just so easy. I mean, this is like... it's so easy to wall. But, you know, this anti-air completely seals the deal because you don't want to sacrifice... I mean, you can't attack this from two sides with the battlecopter as well. The rocket is still extremely forward, though. And I wonder if that needs to be the case, really. Like, you're still in a vulnerable spot. You can't... with that expensive of a unit, you can't just leave that in a spot, you know, and say, oh, I got that area covered, it's good, you know, because you don't have to just defend it for this turn. You have to defend it for the next turn and the turn after. We'll see. Gets a kill. Going for this one up here. All this stalling might just come down to who's more efficiently using their units, and right now, Wealthy Tuna is ahead on unit count by a significant amount. I mean, not massive. They're both probably going to reach unit cap pretty soon. But he's roughly a little bit ahead on funds now too. Again, it's like once unit count and unit value gets so high, it almost doesn't matter, you know, a few thousand here or there. What matters is the big engagements. Who's going to have time? And can Chloe really force the issue? How much is Chloe going to have to sacrifice to force the issue over these con towers? This is a perfect stall map, and that's Wealthy's unit style. And so far, it's worked out perfectly for him. This is really tricky part about Advance Wars, I think. The part that I don't think I figured out yet is when you have these massive balls of infantry, how do you take cities? Like, how do you trade more efficiently? You know, you can attack with one infantry to interrupt it. That's fine. But then that infantry is destroyed. Or at least it should be. You could probably just do that indefinitely, to be honest, on this map. They're already near 50 unit count. But I think this might change things, this rocket. I mean, Chloe's saying, it's like, okay, you have your rocket on that side, I have my rocket on this side. We're going to make this fight as asymmetrical as possible. She's trying to adapt to this very weird map that should not be in Global League. And that's supposed to be wild. It's supposed to be wild and crazy, but actually leads to stall, paradoxically. Yeah, this is not how I like to play. I'm not comfortable in these kinds of positions. I think only one time I've stalled like this successfully, and it's successful because you're the right CEO to stall. If you stall and you have like a reasonable amount of unit value, and oh yes, the medium tank. Yeah, my train of thought. Yeah, I don't get into these kinds of situations, so I'm not very comfortable with explaining how to get out of them. And I don't know why. In theory, my game should stall a lot. I get on stalling maps, they just don't stall. But so yeah, where do we go from here? Threaten properties, try to push where your opponent is weak and try to get a gauge for where you can position your forces and still adequately defend and fight, not next turn, not 2 turns, but like 3 to 4 turns from now. So it's a huge gamble to attack anywhere, to go for anything. And if you're a first round of a well-funded, relatively tournament, you can see why that might be a difficult choice to make. So they're probably just going to keep trading infantry until eventually Chloe will decide to just push in and risk everything. I think that's what's going to happen. And it's a difficult position to be in, and I'm terrible at this, so I probably would not have the patience. And patience is a virtue in this kind of situations too. Not just, attacking, but I would feel really nervous if I was Clay right now. It's a lot of pressure. At the very least, she isn't losing funds. I mean, the comm towers only really matter when you're actually fighting. So, I mean, you could say that Chloe's not really actually losing anything any of these turns. She's just losing time. That's it. And I have a lot of time. And so does Wealthy Tuna. Yeah. How's the medium tank change things? Not a lot. Probably. I'd say Chloe is probably a little bit... It's pretty efficiently able to counter that, but medium tanks are nice in that they can one-shot infantry, they can one-shot tanks, I think. on beaches. With the roll. Excuse me. But they're very handy for, you know, battering down the corners of your formations. You can't really attack into it, so you need either follow up with the artillery or rockets to push it off things. You can't aggressively attack into a medium tank to get it dislodged. And he's Andy, so there's a threat of popping Scop and actually getting some good value out of that. I think that's still quite a few turns from now. Okay, so Wealthy Tuna is deciding to go aggressive. I think this is where a lot of fighting is going to start, because you don't want to do these things without being damn sure that you can finish them. So this is going to be a massive test of who can move their units fast enough to defend against this. I'd actually almost be happy if I were Chloe, to be honest. This came from an almost guaranteed loss to a chance to really make this a sunk cost for Wealthy Tuna. He is in direct range of that airport, and I mean, look, Chloe does not have a lot of vehicles in the area, and Wealthy Tuna has the initiative, and he's Andy, and Andy is very scary in HQ caps. So I don't know, I think actually, yeah, this is scary actually. You can't just like interrupt this. I mean, well, you have to obviously, but if you interrupt this with enough charge for Andy, he can just win outright. That's actually crazy. But it's still a risk. It's still a gamble. I'm not sure if he had to make it. And now I think he's just saying, look, I'm just going to attack everywhere. You have this other problem down here, and I'm going to type your forces before you have to deal with it. I'm going to put you in a dilemma. You either fight up here and deal with this attack, or you move your forces down there to stop the cap. It's some risk, but you know, I think it's very calculated. Now that I've had some time to think about it. He's not attacking all out. He's deciding not to, at least. So maybe he feels like, you know, I don't need to do that, or I don't want to put all of my eggs into this basket, or I don't know. I think he's hedging his bets, we'll just say. So in other words, you know, if the HQ cap south doesn't work, he still has a good amount of his forces up north. Chloe's going to have to react to this. But if she reacts to it well enough, and if she can do it, it might be really good for her. It might be what brings her into the game. This is a big problem, though. You can only attack that infantry with one infantry this turn. That tank is effectively locked out from attacking the infantry as well as the other infantry, and the infantry can only attack that from this bottom space. So you can't deal damage. I think if I were Wealthy Tuna, I would have just attacked all out last turn. I just said, just daring you to attack back. Because if you attack back, I get my scop and I win. So I think it's a missed opportunity, to be honest. But I think he's just hedging his bets. And time pressure's on. He's only got 1 minute saved up time. And these kind of armies, they get really slow to move around. There's not as many infantry, there's a lot more vehicles. A bomber is definitely popping out this next turn. And of course you're going to combine for it. Yeah, but Alistair, the Winter Fury doesn't matter if you just get the HQ for the next turn. But, you know, in general, I agree. Yeah, that's how this matchup should work. But, I mean, 5 HP on the next turn to capture. That's just an automatic win. One moment. Alright, I'm sorry about that. This is quite scary. So, Olaf, CO power. Yeah. Wealthy Tuna basically has 2 minutes to decide how much they want to sacrifice into this, if they want to do it at all. And Chloe, this is her emergency, you know, all or nothing moment. And it's going to be really difficult. To prevent that HQ cap. Very difficult. Right, there we go. Ran out of time. It's on increment. He's barely got his buys in now. Chloe has 2 minutes, and it looks like she has a plan. That's nice. I think there are holes in this formation. I don't know if it's going to be enough to stop the HQ cap, but it might be. This is really risky. I mean, she has a lot of tanks and a lot of battlecopters to attack into this formation. And the bomber. Oh, okay. I don't know what she's trying to do there. Trying to get some chip damage on the tank. And to be fair, she doesn't have the comm tower, so it's not so easy to break this tank on the city, I think. She might not actually have units to do that. And if she needs 3 units to attack this, then she can't kill this tank. And if she can't kill this tank, then she can't kill the infantry. This is very tricky to do in 2 minutes. Okay, she can attack with 1 unit. But okay, I think she's just gonna really hope to bring that down to 4 HP. I don't even think that's possible. I don't know the rolls on that, but no, I think she's giving up. That's it. GG. Very strong performance. And a risky one. I like when people take risks. Alright, well, thanks for joining me. I don't really know how to transfer you to other players, but you could definitely check on And yeah, thanks for being with me. Bye-bye. Yeah, I think they're probably going to take a little break, but yeah, just try to keep posted on the Discord, and I'm sure there's people on YouTube too. But yeah.